Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening, ladies and gentlemen. I am that ball bro, your American hero of your favorite wrestling podcast in the world, that being the Groupchat Wrestling Podcast, episode number 65. We are here, we are live wherever you are in the world, man. Thank you for joining us on such a beautiful and glorious day. And wow, where to start off right now? How about with some just breaking news over this past weekend, this past Saturday on Collision, the conclusion of the main event between Jamie Hayter and oh my god, and Julia Hart. Good match, and afterwards things have broken to a boiling point between all the women involved, between the Triangle of Madness. Queen Aminata and Jamie Hayter in there, and you know what, we had a feeling this was the direction they were going. We were hoping this is the direction that they were going, especially they have been at each other's necks for months, and it finally pays off. We are finally get a history-making moment for the AEW Women's Division, as we finally are going to have Blood and Guts, the first ever women's Blood and Guts match. And today, the announcement is official. November 12th in Greensboro, North Carolina, the Blood and Guts Dynamite special will take place. Guys, we're here, history making. What are your first thoughts when the announcement was made?
About fucking time.
I mean,
About
I hope Gail
time.
Kim's not watching, because, well, not only that, since in the first couple of minutes since we've been recording, I think she's tweeted about 10 times.
Gail Kim.
No,
You were past.
I mean, to answer your question, it was quite, it's very welcome. Like, I'm glad it's announced. I'm glad it's not on the pay-per-view. I'm glad it's actually just like a special episode of Dynamite, because, yeah, doing it with the two rings for 4+ hours is a slog. But, no. Have they officially announced that it's the women's match that's taking place, or is this just the event name?
So what I was going to say after you guys.
I'm guessing we're getting a men's and a women's one, because once they've got the ring set up. But like you, I'm glad it's not on the pay-per-view. You don't need a double ring for an entire 4.5-hour show.
No.
A single a Dynamite style event is plenty.
It not being announced.
Chuck a battle royal into something as well.
Is why I was going to say I believe it when I see it, because I'm still not until they're actually in that fucking ring in a Blood and Guts, a women's Blood and Guts match. I still don't believe it's going to happen, because we've been burned too many times before with this.
It could be a case of where Tekla and Jamie Hayter are the first two entrants on either side, and you won't believe it still until the bell rings.
Yeah, pretty much. And I won't believe it.
Who knows?
I won't believe it until it goes past 5 minutes as well. Because remember when they gave us the women's casino,
and
it lasted about 5 minutes, and we were like, oh,
9 minutes, yeah.
No,
you know what's funny? I can imagine, like, after they, obviously they knew about the announcement before that segment on Collision. I could just imagine, I could just play it in my head that I want to say either half or 3/4 of the women's roster like running to TK's office and be like, "Put me in, coach. I want to be in there." And not just that, I know I could guarantee a handful of them from like Sky Blue, Tekla, Willow, like somebody is volunteering right now, like, throw me off the damn cage. I want to get thrown off the damn
over
cage.
who gets to do it.
Oh
right
yeah,
now.
and
there is a thumb wrestling tournament going on.
exactly.
Mercedes is fighting with them to not be in it. She'd be straight to Tony because I'm not fucking doing that.
Let Riho do a deathmatch style.
Man.
And heal the world.
I may not be
that.
Rio's biggest fan, but if she's in that death match, fucking hell, if she's in the Blood and Guts, I will be supporting her more than anyone, just to fuck Gail Kim off.
Absolutely, yeah.
Stupid fucking swat.
I mean, yeah, like, can we, shall we just predict, like, just, go, and I know
What's
we've got,
the age
like,
limit in the Blood and Guts? Because apparently Rio's a little girl.
Let's not go down that route, shall we? Let's not. Because if you do, I'm going to have to bring out my hood side.
Yeah, Andy.
Uh-oh.
Maybe
We will definitely not get monetized then.
Maybe we can discuss the gimmicks, the little girl gimmicks where you've got hang on, is this a fucking penalty? What's going on? Yeah, maybe we can discuss the
Are you watching football?
I'm not watching the football, I promise. No, maybe we can discuss the little girl gimmicks where little girls sit on a swing with a doll. Because it's not like anyone's done that before, and Gail Kim doesn't seem to have a problem with that.
Let's also discuss, like, how these supposedly little girls, they're not very believable in the ring when they're paired up against a much bigger opponent. But we've never seen that before, have we? Certainly not from Gail Kim. Certainly not. Like, because
these little girls who are was she 27? Is she?
28.
Rio,
Okay.
she's 28, I think.
Fuck Gail Kim. Anyway, I can't be asked
I-
about it.
I have
I don't
one
even
thing
know-
I just want to
Who brought
mention
that?
about
Was it
that.
me? Sorry.
Yeah. I do have one thing I want to say about that. It fucking pisses me off, the whole gatekeeping of what women should look like. Riho does not look like a little girl because she is an adult woman. Therefore, that is what adult women look like. Just because it's not your preferred look doesn't mean she looks like a child, because she's not a fucking child. And if she was tall, had massive tits, and had some frills on her gear, no one would say a word. The Young Bucks wear fucking frills on their gear. But no, because of her size, because of the way she looks, the way she was born, something she didn't choose.
Well, no one said fucking, any of Christian's children look like young boys, have they? Even though technically, kind of,
Yeah.
I know, if you heard the
maybe
Nick Wayne
is a young
promo,
boy.
if you closed your eyes and listened to that Nick Wayne promo, you would assume that he is legitimately one of his children, because you could tell the influence. I mean, my God.
Oh God, yeah.
His pronunciation, his voice, his everything. Sorry, I'm sucking
I
on a
love it.
Strepsil because my throat's sore.
Yeah, fucking die.
Oh yeah, we are all. Yeah, Effie's has fucked my throat completely. Being there, being at Effie's big
tune
gay
into Triller
brunch
Plus
has
to find
completely
out what
fucked
actually
up my
happened
throat.
to Lucy's
Yeah,
throat.
screaming. And then Drew Parker managed to destroy the rest of it with that match. The next night. So yeah,
Lucy was in a death match
we'll do a different
over
episode
the
of
course
that.
of the
So
weekend.
should we talk about our predictions for Blood and Guts then?
Yes. Why don't we pick
How many
what
participants
teams?
do we get?
Why don't we pick what teams should be in the Blood and Guts?
Probably be 2 in the women's blood and guts. No, in
2 teams.
I mean, I think
2 women.
I think it's pretty clear. I mean, they've told us like the past couple of months. I mean, I would assume the heel side has to be the Triangle Madness with Penelope Ford and Megan Bayne, and the face side is
The face side isn't clear though, I don't think.
well,
I don't think
like
it's
just
that
how
long
Collision
range.
ended. I know 2 off the top of my head is going to be Hayter, Queen Aminata. I'm assuming. I mean, maybe I don't know if it's going to be Anna Jay and Ty Conti. The fifth one maybe Willow. So maybe the face team we'll find out over the next couple of weeks. But that's also something interesting that they made the announcement now, but it's not until the middle of November, so it should be interesting to see the progression, see how we get there with both teams and how it
Have some
looks.
defections by then. We don't know.
I think the women's one, the women's side does look nailed on. I mean, they've been quite consistent with that. But as you know, over the last couple of months, when they were knocking out all-star tags every week, the women's side stayed the same more or less, but the face side changed dramatically quite a lot. So that's where it's quite unpredictable for me. You would think Jamie Hayter's going to be in it based on the end
she
of
called
Collision
it,
then.
yeah.
But yeah, I don't know who else. I mean, hopefully Aminata is in it. She really should be, seeing as she's been integral to the whole Tekla stuff.
She's one of their best, hardest hitters as well.
Yeah.
I would argue that the heel side isn't as clear cut as we think, because Mercedes doesn't actually have a current feud at the moment, and it's a big TV special, and they're clearly, if they are going to go with this as like exclusively just for the women, or whether they do a men's and a women's, surely they would want to make it as star-studded and as must-see as possible. And to me, I mean, no disrespect to anybody else, but I think there's nobody more must-see on the women's roster than Mercedes at the moment. I think she is literally, people can talk shit about her all they want, but she is legitimately the best in the world, like at the moment.
I
wouldn't be surprised if they wanted to have her represent the heels.
I will put money on Mercedes not being in that.
You reckon?
What about what about the likes of Toni Storm, Harley Cameron even?
This is it.
Toni Storm could be. It'd be interesting to see where they go with her. She could do that. I mean, obviously we know, but there's no way Mercedes is doing that.
With the announcement of women's tags as well, obviously we haven't got the official sort of tournament bracket, or we don't really know when they're coming. We just know that they're coming soon. We know that that's actually happening. So, part of me thinks that Toni, as in a tag team with Mina or Windsor, either one of them could be that could be a direction just for her to go post, losing the title and stuff like that. But if they wanted to sort of build up a tag team feud in the run-up to the crowning of the new champions, maybe you have Toni and Mina, or Toni and Alex Windsor on one side, and then you have Megan and Penelope, which is pretty much a guarantee anyway on the heel side. So, but there's a story sort of building there. I'd love
I'm
that.
going to jump back. Now you've mentioned Windsor. If anyone has seen her in Rev Pro, she can pull off a hardcore match bloody well. Put her in Blood and Guts.
Yeah.
I don't think Tony will be in the tag bracket. I think
No.
You don't, not with Mina.
No,
oh,
I
no,
think she'll
that they were
I
one of
think
my
she-
lock-ins.
I think she'll probably go. I just think she'll probably go into another singles feud with somebody. I feel
Chase the
like
title again.
yeah, I feel like for the tag tournament they may do a couple of new tag teams, I'd say, or new mixes. I'd like to, I wouldn't say no to seeing it, but I don't know.
It's
I
one of those
just don't feel
ones.
it's the
Tony
time.
If you're going to do a
Tony can
tournament
carry
for the
any
tag
feud.
titles, if you're going to do a tournament for the new tag titles, having Tony and Mina as like a semi-established team, or Tony and Alex Windsor to a point, you know, people who have got a few reps under their belt as a tag team, they could be used to put over a sort of an underdog in the tournament. If they're not going to win the whole thing, then
Yeah, because even though
have
they're
them put someone else
established
over.
as a duo, they're not established as working together as a team. So there's a...
They could be, but I just don't think you have someone who's been as at the top for the last 2.5 years, suddenly putting people over all the time. I think she'll just go into a singles feud and probably get a few wins before then she kind of obviously puts people over again. I actually think going back to Mercedes, what she may be doing, I actually don't think. I think Willow might not be in the Blood and Guts, because I feel like she now, if it's November, now's the perfect time, because Mercedes has beaten this Jade Cargill streak now, hasn't she? So or she's very close to it at least. So
I
by
think
then she will have.
next
So
month, yeah.
it's safe to take the belt off her now. And I feel like if you're going to build up to something big and you want to have a couple of big matches on that show, and you want to have Mercedes on the show because it's fucking Mercedes, why not build up to the Willow taking the title off her now? Because I mean, I feel like that's a lot of people seem to think that's where it was going. I do.
So you think Willow's dethroning Mercedes, not dethroning Statlander? Do you think?
No, I think Willow dethrones Mercedes. I feel like that's. I've said that from when she lost the belt. That it come back around, and Mercedes will put her over. It's just it was just getting this Jade stink out of the place, wasn't it? Really, at the end of the day.
Oh, hold
Not
on, that might
Jade,
be a.
But it was a terrible fucking run, like with the Jade, and you don't want that to be your your longest title run. I mean, it was some of the matches she had with dog shit. Amazing entrances. No one has an entrance like Jade. But fuck me, the matches were fucking and her outfits as well. Her outfits were incredible. Some of the
her entire
costume
presentation
designers.
was flawless.
Yeah,
I loved
but
it.
But her matches, some of them were dog shit. Like absolute dog shit. Like and
Let's put it this way: the only one I actively remember, like, was the one where she lost to Statlander, which kind of says a lot, to be honest.
I remember one against Ty Valkyrie, and it was fucking dog shit. Absolutely terrible.
Yeah,
and that's why I remember it, because it was so bad. It was that bad that it was like, wow, how But yeah,
hold up. Jade Cargill.
Go on.
Bad wrestling match. I think that's a perfect transition to comments from Booker T that came out came out earlier this morning or afternoon, and it's just crazy. Mind you, people, Jade Cargill has been with WWE for almost 2 years now. She's been with that company over 2 years, and shout out to Wrestling Mark on Twitter who pointed this out. In the 2 years that she's been with WWE, she has had 68 matches. That is 4 more matches that she had in her almost 4 years in AEW. She has wrestled more for the #1 promotion in the world. And according to Booker T, she wasn't good in that match, but he's blaming AEW for her being bad in the match. What the fuck are you talking about?
At the end of the day, it's Booker T. If Booker T wasn't working for WWE, he'd be on the sex offenders list. We just ignore what Booker T says. The guy's a fucking idiot.
Indeed, he is. So it's just a Tuesday for Booker T.
I'm glad
But
you
it's
agree with that, Brett.
Yeah, I can't not disagree with just stone cold facts that smack me right in the face. He is a fucking moron, because dude, like I just said, she's wrestled more matches than she in her entire career in AEW, and I was always told that when she signed up over there, they're gonna get that AEW stink off her. She's gonna learn to work like a pro now. And almost 2 years later, and to a man who works in the company said, no, it wasn't good. But you're blaming her past employer of 2 years. That makes no fucking sense, dude. The match was bad. She hasn't vastly improved. I'm sorry. Them's the facts right there.
It's one of those ones. She was always gonna go to the Fed. She's clearly got the look. She's got the kind of, I guess you could say, like the whole. They love using the word aura. She fits like a glove in that company. But at the same time, she's clearly. If Bryan Danielson was training her and she not really able to make her like that good, then it's her problem. It's not anyone else's.
No, yeah. Exactly. Like you could be the greatest coach or greatest wrestler in a sense, like in Bryan Danielson, or greatest coach in whatever sport you are. But I mean, if you're not picking up, if you're not getting better over time, then yeah, like you said, that's a you issue right there.
They also said that her going to WWE would basically sort of launch her into the the Hollywood career that everyone's always sort of envisioned for her. But that hasn't really happened because if you think about it, MJF has had more movies and like opportunities in Hollywood, and he's like 80 times the wrestler that Jade Cargill is. Like again,
currently AEW have MJF, Samoa Joe, and Adam Copeland out filming like in big roles.
Was it Copeland's now doing the Beekeeper too, isn't it?
Oh, it's a great movie, The Beekeeper. Yeah,
that just got announced today, but he's doing Percy Jackson right now.
Yeah, he's doing. I knew he was doing Percy Jackson.
That's another thing that happened, wasn't
it? We're going to see Jason Statham beat the shit out of Copeland. Wrestling Mark will be happy with that. Yeah, no, like it's. I'm surprised at the Jade thing. It really does surprise me because I was convinced they would actually make a, because look, they can make anyone look good. But for some reason,
and people from AEW are watching this that work there now, watching to see how she's presented, because they've done great with Cody.
I was convinced.
Like megastar.
I was convinced they'd make her a star because they can make anyone look good with who can at least do a couple of moves. I mean, the fucking Miz was a fucking world champion, wasn't he? For God's sake, look at the champions now. They make any of these muppets look good.
I was going to say when you get signed to WWE and like. In that sort of environment, you don't have to be a really good wrestler to look good. Like, I mean, look at Jey Uso.
Right.
It's like he's not very good. Like, I mean, he's the biggest.
Awful.
He's the biggest, and then the bell rings wrestler in the world. If that makes sense.
He's awful. He's good at doing a super kick. But Jade's good at doing one or two things. But would think they
all you need is a flashy entrance, a bit of a look about you, and you can, as long as you do the fundamentals, they can make you look good. But it doesn't seem that Jade can do that even. To be honest.
It's AEW's fault every time. I remember when she slipped on the ropes and they said, "Oh, damn it."
Oh, it was the ropes, yeah.
Too tight, yeah. But she slipped on the ropes about 4 times now.
Yeah.
I like Jade. I just think the way they've handled her has been terrible. She didn't seem this bad when she was in AEW. I don't know whether AEW just were more careful around her or what. But
look at the people she was wrestling.
They knew her limitations.
To some of the ones she's in the ring with now.
Yeah. They knew her limitations. Like I remember when she was in AEW, there would always be questions like, why isn't she facing this person? Why isn't she facing like people in the top of the card? And I'm like, well, I mean, the longer you see her, the more you see her wrestle. Like, kind of answers the question right there. I mean, if we're being honest, I mean, I'm trying to think like, what would a Jade Cargill and Mercedes match look like? You think Mercedes can like drag her to, well, not drag her, but I mean guide her along to like a good match, pretty good match.
I think Mercedes could do that with almost anyone.
I don't know. You're a month too early there, Brett. It's not Halloween yet, mate. I don't want to hear these horrors.
Well, I'm glad Jade Cargill is not a possibility for Blood and Guts. So just while I remember, let's circle back to that because we said we should pick the teams. Let's do that.
I don't think Willow's on it. So
you don't think?
Well,
no. Just a quick one. Then? Comment below and subscribe to the channel, by the way. But comment below who you think is going to be in the first Women's Blood and Guts because it looks like we're getting that way.
Do it for the men as well. If anyone manages to get all, what will it be in total? 20 right, we'll give you a shout out.
We'll give you a free T-shirt or something. Yeah, we'll
I'll
announce
make you a
something.
bracelet.
But get your predictions in. Share it on
I'm
Twitter,
kind of hoping
YouTube,
that we
whatever,
don't get a men's. I'm kind of hoping we don't get a men's Blood and Guts match for the simple reason that
I think we are because
get it done.
There's a reason though. I mean, this is what pissed me off last time was the fact that it felt like Blood and Guts was just a date in the calendar, and they had to work towards it. It didn't feel like there was a reason for Blood and Guts. Blood and Guts to me should be a real blood feud, and you have one that's developing now with the Death Riders, so it's actually perfect for Blood and Guts. So I hope there is a men's Blood and Guts as well, and obviously the way the women's stuff with Tekla, Gang, and Aminata Hater has built. That's become a bit of a blood feud between them. So
it's definitely, especially Aminata and Tekla, that just developed 100%. Naturally.
So if they flesh this out a little bit more now, it'll be fucking great.
Because what I'm glad
How
is
about
that
we do an impromptu giveaway? I have this little guy right here. Someone who's guaranteed to be involved in the men's Blood and Guts. If you can get all 10, we'll put you in a random draw to get this, we can do it on socials as well. If nobody gets all 10, we'll do like whoever got 9 and put them in a random.
Yeah, we'll get the next.
Well, technically it'd be 20.
So sorry,
Technically it'd be 20 because if it's if we do a men's and a women's, it'll be 20.
That's long odds. Anyone want to do the lottery numbers as well while they're at it?
Why
Shut
not?
up, Andy. Play along, come on. All right, if they don't get 20, we'll do 19. If
Yeah,
nobody gets
it's one of
19,
them.
we'll
Like,
do
you don't
18.
have to get all 20 to then not get it. You just have to get the most amount of guesses. So, yeah. For full transparency, comment in the
You
YouTube
can't have him
comments
then.
or tag us on social media your predictions for both a men's and a women's Blood and Guts match. Tell us who you think is going to be in it, and then when the matches are announced, we will circle back and we will count as to who got the most predictions correctly. And you, yes, you, listening to this or watching this now, could win a very nice Micro Brawlers Darby Allin figure. Because Darby Allin's a lock. Like, I mean, we've just given you an answer there. He's pretty much a lock if there is going to be a men's Blood and Guts. Let's be honest.
And this is exclusive in the crate as well. You can't buy this.
Right, here's my out there prediction. Like, bear in mind, I have.
Okay, well, you're not having him because you dissed him. So.
Well, I've got COVID or flu. Well, he could have climbed over fucking hell. I've got COVID or flu or something, or I've inhaled fucking shards of glass. But my out there theory is on Team Derby, Sting's son.
Yes, because he's announced for his. He's got his debut next month.
He's got his debut very soon, and if we have like 2 months to go till this, they could work him into the match in some way, or even as interference. Team Derby is going to have Sting's son. There we go. That's it.
Right, cool. All right, what about for the women then? If Willow's not in, you need another one for the women's face side, Andy.
Any one of the women that he's thrown in random all-star matches on the face side in the last couple of months. Now, so who's the lock-in for the women? We've got Hater and
Aminata,
Hater Aminata.
Maybe Ty J.
I think they probably will be in it because Ty Conte did a really good hardcore match. Didn't she? A street fight, I think.
Her and Anna Jay. It was a Rampage like New Year's Eve. It was the New Year's Eve Bros. It was those two versus the Bunny and Penelope Ford.
Penelope.
And my God, remember that spot where Anna Jay took the barbed wire around her arm and put the Bunny in that chokehold. That was sick.
I think it'd be those two and God, fuck knows.
And Harvey Cameron. Maybe.
Alex
possibly,
Windsor.
But Alex Windsor is a good shout, actually. Yeah.
Just because she's done them before.
Yeah, and you could work her into it. Like Hater could get her to help her or something, you know. Like
they've got history, absolutely.
So they could work her into it with some kind of bit of story.
Okay.
Yeah, that's a good one. I think that's a lock.
That I would go with that with the face team. I think the heel team is set. Like I said earlier, it's going to be Triangle Death and Ford and Bane.
The only way that changes is if they make it a really special one and you have the tag team finals on the same show, because in that way, obviously, Ford and Bane are going to make because they're a lock for the tag team titles. There's like literally no other tag team that would make any sense winning that. It's ridiculous because it feels like with the presentation, everything they've done to this from 4 months ago, or whatever. So, but I don't think it will be then. I think the tag team titles, the tag team final will be on a pay-per-view.
It'll be on to. I was going to say because this is before. It's not the week of Full Gear. It's
a week before. Yeah, and so, I was going to say
that's why I think you have the tag team title story tournament. Whoever's in the final gets to meet here, where they sort of build to that match, and then maybe the week after, the Dynamite after, they sort of do the in-ring promo, final stare down, stuff like that, and then you have the match at Full Gear.
They'll probably do TJ then as the team going against them, just because they're a team they've got.
They've got history.
Established team,
they're one of the longest standing teams in AEW. I know Ty was off for a while because she had a baby and stuff, but yeah. And if you have the finals as another fucking hardcore death match, something, just do it. Why the hell not? They're always good fun.
Yeah.
But
so now we've finished predicting the tag teams, the women's Blood and Guts, what shit Gail Kim's going to say next, and what job she's going to try and get and not get next as well. How about I predict this one? Well, we'll predict this one. When a Samoa Joe and the Ops going to drop the trio titles to Dalton Castle and the Outlaws, because it's going to happen. So what are we going to do? I know this wasn't on the agenda, but I want to know.
We knew it was coming. About 5 minutes after, my boys, the Acclaimed, take back their tag titles. That's happening first, Andy, so just wait your turn.
I don't.
No
think
jacket this
that's
week, by the way, guys. It's
I
fine.
don't
I'm
think
getting
it's
washed.
I'm going to be
It's
honest.
fine,
I don't
I'm
think either of those things are happening. As much as I love the Outrunners and Dalton Castle, I think
I think
that
they
You
are.
think Jurassic Express? I
no,
think you're
no,
right.
no.
You're right.
I
Yeah, you
think
said it now.
Ricochet and the Gates of Agony are taking the trios titles off the Ops, and then the Outrunners and
no,
Dalton Castle take them off them.
No, yeah, I'm obviously I'm kind of rushing to it, but I do agree with that because they're not going to take off faces. But and look, no, the Outrunners could never be heels. Why? Fucking
Never,
impossible.
ever.
And Dalton Castle. Who the fuck's going to beat Dalton Castle? But I feel like with the tag team situation, it's not happening. They're not getting back together.
No,
they shouldn't do. Anthony Bones is Anthony Bones is a fully fledged heel now, and Caster is like this kind of lovable loser. And what's going to happen, in my theory, is that he's going to turn on. He's going to destroy Daddy Ass whenever Daddy Ass turns up at some point to try and talk to him.
Do you mean Daddy Ass or Jerry Lynn?
No, I think Daddy Ass. I've said this all along. I want to see Daddy Ass laying in a pool of blood with Anthony Bones standing over him. Whether Jerry Lynn's in on it or not, or whether they destroy Jerry Lynn first, Daddy Ass in a pool of blood with Anthony Bones lying over it. Standing over it, sorry. And look, and to be honest, I don't think they should team up because I like the dynamic that we have of them in singles. But if they do team up as heels and beat the shit out of Daddy Ass and leave him in a pool of blood, and then feud with the guns over him when the Colton's is it Colton who's injured?
It's Colton's
Yeah,
injured,
Colton's injured, yeah.
Because that's what I've wanted for ages. I said this fucking months ago. I wanted it before they split. I want the Acclaim to just turn heel, beat the shit out of Daddy Ass, and then have the guns feud with him because like he's their fucking dad. So obviously,
You wanted
even though
Hook to batter Daddy Magic as well. I'm starting to think you've got Daddy
Well, I do.
issues.
No, that wasn't Hook. It was Danny Garcia. But yeah, I
Oh,
do
it was
want
Daniel
Danny
Garcia. Sorry, I
to-
meant
to-
Daniel Garcia.
I want him to beat the shit out of his dad. Yeah.
Yeah?
But in fact, both of his dads. He can beat the shit out of Cool Hand
No,
as well.
God.
Just for
Bloody
no
hell.
reason.
Patricide
Just-
in AEW.
My God.
Who
No,
was that was Christian Cage?
Well, he's going to need.
Christian Cage,
He's going
no,
to need.
he gets a pass.
No, circling back. I don't think the Acclaimed are fully reunited. I think Bowens is going to come out of this. They're going to tease it. They're going to tease it where Bowens is sort of like, well, maybe there's something, and then before you know it, bam, he beats the shit out of Max. He eventually beats the shit out of Billy Gunn. He beats the shit out of Jerry Lynn, and that's all there is to it. And we don't get them interacting with each other for a long time because it's too soon. They only split up like a few months ago.
I think they have
Yeah.
to. I think it's too soon
tell
to
them they're
admit
wrong.
to accept it's not worked because it was working. Like it may not have worked
Yeah.
as in how they intended, but whether they did like I don't want to say pivot. Whether pivot. I hate that word. I'll punch my screen. Whether they did just turn their idea around or retcon it or whatever. But whatever, it worked. Turning it. Because
There's not wrong with that. I like it when they do. You know.
We loved to see Caster. We all started to love what he was doing. We were cheering him all the time. And Bowens was just turning into a and like it's not Bowens' character because we see Bowens like just talk normally on Twitter. He's a really likable fella. But when he's in character, he was becoming a proper unlikable fucking twat. He was becoming a Mr. Perfect.
I love the way he points at Caster. He's like, he's a moron. He's
Yeah,
like, and he just gets more and more furious that people can't see what an absolute waste of oxygen.
But that's
Caster
the
is.
thing though, is the fact that he
So
can't
funny.
see what he's become now. Because I still remember when before Daddy has vanished. Like maybe he's already killed him, I don't know. But before Daddy has vanished, remember when he was trying to talk sense to him and he was started having a go at Daddy Ass? He looked like he was going to lay him out at one point.
Yeah, there was a bit when Daddy Ass was checking on Max, and then Bowens was behind him because Daddy Ass sort of pulled him off, and he said, not like that, but like he moved him off to one side, and Bowens was behind him and looking like that.
Flipping at Effie's.
But there was the other one as well though when he'd lost a match and he came out and Daddy Ass was trying to give him encouragement and that, and he started having a go at him, said, "Look, you haven't got a fucking clue, you know." Blah blah blah, whatever.
I said, I
Can't remember the
don't
exact words.
recognise who you are anymore. That kind of stuff.
Yeah,
No,
Brett,
I think it's great.
please, Brett, tell them they're wrong and that the Acclaimed are getting back together. You're not going to, are you?
No,
You're gonna
we don't need it. We don't need the. Listen, here's the thing:
Dude.
the tag division as it is right now, we don't need them back together.
fucking
Not
stacked,
yet, because
man.
it's
So
fucking
full
stacked
now,
right now, and it's like, oh my god, the champions are perfect right now, and like you said, the list goes on and on of the challengers that they have up coming forward. I don't want Bandido to lose the belts anytime soon. They don't have to
certainly
lose
haven't.
anytime soon. And what's kind of great is that if you saw this past week's Dynamite, I love like little by little, like Bandido is showing more of his personality. Like he's dancing more in the ring. He's doing the mockery. He's trying so hard to get Brody to dance in the ring. And like when it happens, it will be like just one of the best moments that you'll see on television. That big son of a bitch doing the damn Macarena, that would be amazing television. That would be punk rock right there, personified. I mean, for Brody King to do
Well,
it.
moment.
My fantasy booking
Oh, go on.
idea to end this, I don't think they should drop the titles until, you probably have a similar idea, until Buddy's fit.
Yes.
And I
Agreed.
want to see Buddy come down and attack the two of them. I want to see him lay out Brody and then Buddy feud with Bandido, because Buddy Matthews and Bandido, fucking hell, that'd be amazing. And then give me Buddy and Brody. That would be fucking brilliant.
Because it did seem like, I mean,
Or Buddy and Brody, then Buddy and Bandido, whichever, you know.
I mean, or as a trio, you know, I wouldn't be opposed to that. But I think the plan was always, to me, it always seemed like the Hounds of Hell was the way forward, because Buddy split off to feud with Okada for Grand Slam Australia, and then he got hurt, which is
a happy accident, though, wasn't it, in the end? For Bandido and Brody, obviously.
Of course.
The way it turned out now, it's fucking great. Like,
absolutely, but it's one of the. I think the Hounds of Hell was always the plan, and that's why Julia's gone to do the Triangle of Madness as well. So she's a heel. So she was a heel for a while, even though she was still part of the Hounds of Hell, who were faces, which was a bit weird for a while. But no, but Buddy has to reunite with Brody. If you ask me, I love Bandido. I don't want him to. I don't want to stop like the momentum that he's on at the moment, because he's like
in that way they
on
turn
fire.
heel then and split.
Guys, let's not forget this upcoming February they're back in Australia.
Yeah.
For a Grand Slam. If Buddy is healthy at that time, Buddy versus Bandido in Australia.
Yeah.
Brody on a pole.
That'd be so fucking sweet.
Honestly, fucking Judy Bagwell's ashes is up there as well. Just go for it.
Absolutely. No, I mean, I think I said this last week or the week before when I said about Bandido and Brody are really like kind of cooking at the moment. They're absolutely on fire. I don't want them to lose the tag titles anytime soon, but I do think if they are going to go on this extended tag title run, then I don't think that Bandido should hold the Ring of Honor title. And it hurts me to say that because I love the guy. He's my favourite. But he should. The Ring of Honor title has barely been mentioned now. They don't even really introduce him as the Ring of Honor champion that much anymore. Like I think it was at All Out, he was just announced as like the tag champions with Brody, and it was just like the Ring of Honor title is now just again the thing that we don't really want it to be, which is just like a prop in an AEW kind of story. So no, I think Bandido should drop it to Dalton Castle personally. I think that that would be a really good, and then keep Dalton Castle on Ring of Honor and make him the champion, the must-see champion.
Well, hang on, you better not be suggesting that the Outlaws should also be on Ring of Honor, because the Outlaws should be on every fucking show. I'm not having pigeonholing them into the fucking Ring of Honor.
I didn't say that. At all.
I've gone blurry now because I'm that angry.
I didn't say that.
Calm down and unblur yourself.
I just said that Dalton Castle should dethrone Bandido. Dalton Castle should be the Ring of Honor World Champion, if you ask me.
Dalton Castle should be every champion, to be honest. I wouldn't say
I'll go with that. I think obviously the plan wasn't ever to have Bandido in this tag title run. They had to do that as
it's because of
But they've had
Buddy.
long enough now to come up with something else for Ring of Honor. And Dalton Castle coming back. Perfect. What?
I've got a great one. Sorry to interrupt everyone. What about this?
Is it really? Is it good or is it...
Well, we've got Collision in Cardiff coming up.
Yeah.
Then you're going to need a special Ring of Honor, aren't they? Because you're not just doing Collision. You know what I mean? Like, we previously had Collision and Dynamite. So they're not just going to do Collision and Dynamite. We're going to have a couple of special tapings, you would imagine. So special Ring of Honor. How about a fucking major special Ring of Honor where Bandido defends the title and Dalton Castle beats him in Cardiff? And Tony pays for... Because obviously it's got to be done where we have a good crowd. So it's got to be in the UK. Sorry, Brett, no offence.
No, that's all right.
That would appreciate this. And Dalton and Tony pony up that fucking money and get Radio Gaga. Give Dalton Castle the fucking real music.
I will say yes, except with one modification. We do it in Manchester because that's not far from the actual Dalton Castle, the castle in a place called Dalton.
That's a good point.
Like
I'm just thinking because Cardiff I'm staying over and I'll be out on the piss and I'll be singing Radio Gaga karaoke. So it's a bit of a selfish thing, but whatever. It's just give it because Dalton Castle's tune's great, but it's very much like the fake Smells Like Teen Spirit that DDP used to use.
Oh,
just give him the real fucking song. Tony, you got the.
You can afford it.
Yeah.
You can do Like a Prayer for Grado. You can do.
Oh, for sure. Yeah.
It's only a one-off. You know, you could always maybe pay some wrestlers hardly any money and then just tell them they should be grateful and looking forward to the moments and save them like other companies do.
Who's this about again? Is this the fat cunt Bully Ray again?
Yeah, the fella from Nottingham, isn't he? Is he from Nottingham? I don't know. He's a scab anyway, and he'd definitely cross the picket line if he had a chance. Well, he's a scab and he'd cross a picket line, so yeah.
Oh, it is Bully Ray then. It is.
He
Bully
doesn't
Ray.
care about. He doesn't care about people at all.
No.
He's a shit
He
wrestler.
doesn't believe half of what he says.
No, he's a fucking knobhead.
It's crazy to hear like when that's in relation to Jasmine Nix, I believe her name was, from NXT. They offered her a contract renewal and she just turned it down. I think basically, long story short, financially it just wasn't in her best interest. And if I'm correct, she was a former football player in Iceland, I want to say, I believe she was. So she's a former professional athlete who has dealt with injuries in the past. I think she was coming back from a current injury as well. And it's like, it's just crazy to hear that they were making like 75, 80,000 a year, and I'm like, that's not great money when you consider that they don't have benefits, they don't have insurance, they got to cover all that themselves. You're asking them to move to Florida.
They can't pick up indie gigs for extra money like AEW can.
I'm not sure as well whether they pay for their own travel. I know they used to, but I'm not sure that's changed since.
AEW pay for hotels and cars, like rental cars and stuff like that. WWE pay for rental cars, but not hotels, as I understand it. I could be wrong on that. Someone will correct me.
I've read something similar. That's why I wasn't sure, but I know something similar to that.
Yeah.
But it's
and
like,
this isn't a job you can do into your 60s. You have to put money away.
One wrong move and you can't. You might not be able to walk. I might do the fucking job.
It's also it's one of them. I think the contract that they offered was essentially the same money that she was on. And if she were to get called up to the main roster, then obviously the pay would dramatically increase, but there was no guarantee of that. And again, sometimes it's one of those, it's not worth the risk. If you think that I can make more money doing something else, which is, safer for me, then fair play. It's not the end game it used to be.
You go back to CM Punk's comments when he said that people shouldn't be getting guaranteed contracts. That's what these cunts do. They don't give guaranteed money. They want people to, essentially, it's not zero contracts, but it's a similar fucking,
it is kind of.
It's a similar thing, really, in terms of you'll get a base pay, okay, but then it's built up on how many dates you're doing, what merch you sell, and that, because that's that whole thing, all the bullshit about Stephanie McCurry taking less money. I'm sorry, there's no fucking way she's earning less money. Because she'd be earning a lot from her merch and all the other fucking shit she's doing. That's how their contracts work. But it just sounds great from them from a PR point of view to go, we offered less money and they came because they just wanted a WrestleMania moment.
Yeah,
there's no fucking way. I'm sorry. I don't care how fucking much you love the Fed, you are not taking less fucking money.
They get Jordan.
Yeah, Jordan Grace had the same thing, because do you remember when she said she's earning less, and then it was actually clarified that no, she's not earning less. She's lost money from cutting out some of her side gigs, but she will make that up in merch sales, kind of all the pay-per-view appearances, all that kind of fucking shit that they had on. It's a fucking PR thing, that whole taking less money thing.
But for that, they have to get used. They have to get the dates. They have to have their merch pushed, and I'll be called up eventually.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah, no, I'm sure it's a risk for some of them to take that. But if you're like Blake Monroe, for instance, whoever she is, or fucking Jordan Grace, or Stephanie McKee, you're going to get used. So, you're not taking a risk. Some of these younger people, they are taking a risk.
It's the same with Penta. Penta, I mean, AEW really missed the trick, to be honest, with the Lucha Brothers. They should have printed, masks. They should have printed, all sorts of merch, because they would have sold, and that could have swayed them. They could have made a shitload of money in that side of things. But I don't know. But at the same time, I think Conan's obviously in their ear as well. But Penta's making a killing right now, evidently, with all the merch that he's selling. He's one of the top merch sellers of the company.
Well, people keep saying that though, and I've said the same thing about AEW should do this, should do that. But you have to look at the landscape and it's a new company. They don't have their own merch division. They have to outsource merch, whereas the Fed have their own merch division, which is why they could just go bang, literally fucking tell a fucking department make this. Whereas AEW would have had to source people to make the puppets and all this, because the puppets is the one where I think we all would have fucking 7 of them. And
there'd be one on each hand and one mittens all.
We should do an episode.
We would do an entire episode.
I'd be like fucking Dr. Octopus with loads of them behind me. But it's I like that. I mean, it's just not that easy. It would be great if they could, but that's the kind of thing that'll come in, another 4 or 5 years.
Speaking of merch, haven't AEW just ditched Jazzwares for their figures?
They said it was bollocks, didn't they?
I
Is
think
it not true? Because I have not been able to get a decent straight answer about this. What's happening?
only
Because I
one-
like the figures they do now.
I do, but all I'd seen was the Jazzwares said no, we have stuff that we're actually still looking at.
As you know, it's never far from me. I think some of the figures they've got, this is the only one still in the box, are absolutely stunning and beautiful and perfect and amazing and spectacular and, you know.
I mean, AEW's come a lot in like 6
it's bad
years.
if they
'Cause
have.
we got the 6 years anniversary this coming Wednesday, which we'll get to in a sec. But they've come a long way in 6 years, and everyone just thought that all they were going to be was a t-shirt company, and they still do. Like the same sort of trolls and grifters always say, you know, t-shirt company, they're never going to last another few years,
They don't
especially
really
with
Sold a lot of fucking t-shirts.
yeah, especially with you know, the future of WBD in a bit of doubt, but they're not going anywhere. The Khans have so much fucking money. The Khans have the ability to turn it into anything that they want it to, and they're not going anywhere. Simple as that.
There'll always be someone who wants to take
Yeah,
AEW.
of course they
TV,
will.
Because at the end of the day,
If it's not, I wouldn't be surprised if WBD's future is sort of up in the air as we suspect it is. Then there's a reason that they would have started trialing out pay-per-views on Amazon and stuff like that. They have backup options. They're not stupid. They would have had
just think,
irons in the fire.
even if they didn't know, that there's always going to be someone, because at the end of the day, it's a TV slot essentially for 52 fucking weeks a year, twice a week. What else are they going to get for the kind of money they pay wrestling? They're not going to get a fucking
always
TV
in at
show.
least the top three.
No.
Yeah,
Always.
they're not going to get anywhere near that. You know what they're going to do? Fucking put Big Brother on for fucking 52 weeks of the year? No, wrestling. There's a reason wrestling is kind of like hot right now, because you know, and there's a reason people think TNA are going to get a TV deal of some sort, no matter how low it is and no matter how we will never have heard of the TV channel. There's a reason MLW will probably get a TV deal better than TNA, because wrestling is hot at the moment, and as you say, it's something that's always high in the rankings, and it's a 50. It doesn't have an off season. It just keeps going.
It just keeps going and going, doesn't it? Never stops.
Yeah.
I mean, what else are they going to do? Put reruns on of Every One Loved Raymond? No. No one wants to watch that.
Do you not love Raymond?
I wouldn't mind Raymond once, but like not fucking reruns every fucking week.
52 weeks a year, twice a
Oh
week.
yeah, no.
He's a fling, not a long-term
twice a week,
commitment.
but you know, just real quick before
like
we go
Raymond,
on to
I don't
the
know.
yeah, he's alright. He's okay
As
in
a
bunches.
friend.
I love him, but yeah. But before we go into the 6-year Dynamite anniversary, like
Sorry,
you brought
Mr.
up,
Romano.
I don't actually know what this program is that we're talking about, or who Raymond
I'm-
is.
I'm-
Yeah, again, I
I'm
am not
lost.
getting
I
pop
was lost
culture
30 seconds ago.
references.
yeah.
It's 10:30 here at night,
As
and
is
I'm
tradition.
quite
Yeah.
unwell.
But yeah, before we move on, like you brought up TNA and pending like TV new deal whenever that happens. Santino made some comments. I forgot it was an interview that you know
funny.
that they're if and when they get the new TV deal, they'll be the number 2 company. And it's like, listen, I'm not trying to be rude or anything like when it comes to
Say it with your heart,
TNA.
Brett. Say it with your heart.
It's just I say this with all due respect. What can you say honestly that TNA does better than AEW? What? Presentation? No. New young stars? No. Just ticket sales? No. Pay-per-view buys? No. What is
Well,
there that they do
The
better
only
than
thing- the only
AEW?
thing they do have.
They had a record pay-per-view, by the way, recently, and it might have been less numbers than the lowest Dynamite ever, but it doesn't matter. It was a record pay-per-view. They're going to be number 2.
They do have Leon Slater.
They
If
do
they
have
were
Leon
smart
Slater.
and built the company around him, you might have a point. Otherwise, next time, just ask the fucking sock on his hand.
They
because
won't
it would
know.
talk more bloody
How-
sense. Number 2.
They won't know. But he is. He's a franchise player. Leon Slater is fucking unreal. You could build a company around
If there was
him.
if they did that, you might get some. But even then, one guy isn't enough.
No, like
he's
I was looking at the
he's like
roster that
fucking
they.
Five
I was
Guys.
looking at the
Burgers,
roster
too.
that they have, and it really isn't. I mean, I don't want to be like
awful.
disparaging to people like who are earning a living. It's not their fault, but the roster is. Most of it is just ex-WWE guys, and that's a thing that has been synonymous with TNA for a very long time. It's been the place where people who get fired or who get let go or who leave WWE, it's where they all go, and it's
You know
just
what it reminds me
it's
of?
just a pool of where they just all end up with creative has nothing for them in the Fed. But go on, what does it remind you of?
It reminds me of WCW in 1993-94. when they had all the ex-WWE guys that no one gave a fuck about, all the old ones, before they did something interesting with Hogan. Before that, it was just a load of old guys with no gimmicks. That's what it reminds me of. Like, just not really interesting at all. It's like, oh yeah, you remember him from the Fed? Oh yeah. He's fucking shit now, though. That's what it's like. MLW, I've been watching a bit of MLW recently, like in a certain way because I couldn't find out to watch it legally. But it's actually really good. It's actually, I'm surprised how good it is. Like it's far better than TNA. Like it is a lot better than TNA.
And I'm not surprised why you watch it because it's they've just signed, recently announced the signing of one Richard Holiday, haven't they?
I don't know.
Okay.
Have they?
I think it did. I don't know if it was tongue in cheek, but I think he may have announced it on his Twitter that he's gone to MLW. But I had a feeling that would have been why you were watching it. But
No, I was
maybe
watching
I've got
it
my wires
because
crossed.
I was watching it because of all the Lucius stuff they did, but also basically Cruel is now the champion, and I fucking love Cruel all the way from when we kind of did the meet and greet with him at Cold Day in Hell last year. Cruel's a fucking monster, man. I love him.
Oh,
I have a signed Cruel figure up there. It's not Jazzwares, but it's fucking excellent. I don't know who makes the MLW ones, but it is ace.
I have seen a few MLW matches. Like Bandido was in there a while. I could be wrong, but I've seen a few sort of like one-off like matches, and they've always been like really, really good to see. So
yeah, I'm surprised actually how good it was, to be honest.
I need to catch up. I'm not up on, whereas I can recite British indie facts until the cows come home, and then recite indie facts to the cows. I don't know much about American indies, so I need to get... So start with MLW, yeah?
Honestly, I was surprised how good it was, and the reason I started watching it was because of all this CMLL crossovers they do. And like I say, I'm a huge fan of Cruel. MGF going back, kind of...
Yeah,
like,
for Hammerstone and stuff.
Like,
Oh, was that it? Oh,
Yeah,
okay. All right, you have my attention.
Yeah, exactly, yeah.
Anybody listening to or watching this, if you watch MLW, can you find us a way to watch it in the UK that actually like makes sense?
Or not.
I'll
just
pay for
carry
it
on.
as long as it's
I'll
not
just carry on
stupid.
doing it.
Is
Like
there?
Jack Sparrow way.
Because I'm very, I want to expand my horizons. So I'd like to check out a bit more of MLW because I've liked the clips that I've seen. So if you know anything, comment and
Do you know who will
get in
know?
touch with us.
Serve will know.
I'm sure he will. Yes, he's a top fella.
Okay.
Fucking encyclopedia, though.
Yeah, the only American indie I watch a lot of is obviously Mystery Wrestling, but I'm not sure that counts.
I do watch a fair bit of GCW.
Oh yeah, GCW.
But yeah, because
I will watch
GCW is
FE do
through
anything.
Triller Plus,
pick
so
and-
we can get
Yeah.
most of the shows.
Yeah,
I pick
yeah, I
and
have
choose.
Triller, but I can pick those up.
I pick and
Yeah, if
choose
it looks-
basically when some of my favourites are on there, and I'll, even then I'll watch the show, but like skip through a lot of matches because some of the GCW there's a lot of bad stuff on there, but there's also a lot of good stuff on there. So, you know,
It's a
That's
melting
the thing
pot
about having so
of
much
some
choice.
really cool shit, some not so good. But hey, you know what? We work on a
And-
80-20 sort of split, don't we?
and as Dan pointed out today, GCW has a first ever appearance. We have one called Manders against Drew Parker's. I don't know
don't
who
know
Drew Parker's is, but yeah.
Parkers. There are two of them now. My
There
God.
are. This is Drew.
Effie kept that one with Effie kept
Yeah.
his version.
Yeah,
There's now a new one.
This one, the one who we saw at the weekend, is staying in Liverpool forever. Like, he's not going anywhere. But Drew Parker's, his clone, is
Effie has cloned him.
yeah,
And
like hologram.
He's
Like hologram's got a clone. Drew Parker's got a clone now.
Like we got to be honest. I think it's a misprint, but I don't care. I want to believe it is a clone. No, yeah, I'm looking
Clones are
forward
the
to.
in thing in wrestling now, Andy. You've got
And
to keep
well,
it
like
tight.
GCW is
forward to it,
good. GCW is good. It's got
watch that
man like
fight, man.
DeReese has been on GCW a
Yeah.
few times.
Yeah.
And
Oh, did you
He's
see
always-
his thing the other day? Sorry to interrupt you on
Yes,
this, mate.
yes.
But I don't want to be annoying, but did you see his
Go
thing
on.
he put up when
Well,
Villa beat Fulham?
yes, he's a Villa
Yeah.
fan, isn't he?
He's a Villa fan. Villa had beat Fulham, and he put a clip up of him.
Of him
beating,
619ing
yeah.
Wheeler Yuta. I thought that was brilliant. Brilliant.
No?
Just no comment, and
fantastic.
he just put that up as a response to the Villa 3 Fulham 1
Oh.
scoreline. Oh, it's great.
But
Sorry,
Tony,
that just
I
made me
know
laugh.
I know you watched this because we've predicted a lot of stuff that has come to fruition. Sign man like DeReese. And give
Oh,
him a
you've
proper
got to.
entrance because unfortunately we were gassed when
That
he
really
was on
annoyed
Ring
me.
of Honor with him and Alea James against Marina and Wheeler Yuta. We were gassed to see it and we all tuned in.
You didn't.
He didn't give him the entrance. Come on, man! Like Tony, like you've got a gold mine here. That this man has one of the best entrances in the entire wrestling world. Sign him, let him do it, and you'll see why.
It's the best for me.
You are loaded.
It's the
You
best
can pay
entrance.
for a bit of na 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 na.
Yeah.
na, na.
That song's
Darla
not as expensive. That song's
Yeah.
not as expensive as Like a Prayer or The Final Countdown.
It's not
Yeah,
as expensive as a fucking Final Countdown. Jesus, what he must fork out for that.
Gala
And
Boys
or
is
Carry On
charged
My
much
Way
for
with
that
Sun.
these days.
It's nowhere
Yeah.
near as expensive as
Yeah.
that.
You can probably get Freed for Desire and get Coming To My Life for a buy one get one free deal with it.
There you go. You must know some
Anyway,
people, Tony. Make it happen.
So, let's round round this off. 6-year Dynamite, 6-year anniversary of Dynamite. It's looking tasty. What do we want to see
Very
happen
quick.
here? What do we want to see
This
happen
one.
here?
I'll go first. Oh, sorry. I thought we were doing our favourite moments.
Oh,
No,
well,
we're doing what do we want for 6
Oh.
years.
Okay, well, because
Anniversary
I've said
first.
that, I'm just going to tell you my favourite moment because it's the same as last time we did the best moments in Dynamite. Hangman in the Stay Puft Marshmallow Man costume.
Where Brandon was wrestling kidnapped and stuffed into a horse
Yes,
costume.
it was amazing.
Yes.
Just the look on the look on Matt Jackson's face when he realised, and Hangman's just
Wonderful.
standing. Oh man, it was so fucking good.
And
It's
Hangman
cinema.
tweeted right after that.
takes off the
he said,
mask
how to
very
get a
slowly, like,
costume. How does anyone know how to get a costume off your feet? Because he got it stuck.
Hang on,
It was,
was you there, Brett?
No. You know where I was.
Yeah.
You know where I was. And of course, that's my favorite moment. Like when the bell rang between Danielson and Omega, like, fuck. That was just, you know what's crazy? That was my first AEW, like, live event going to also. No, actually, no, second one. I'm bugging. I went to, I was there when Punk came back in Rampage. But yeah, that was the first Dynamite. Like, when the bell rang, it was just, man, that was insane. That was like a WrestleMania-esque like crowd, like pop when the bell went off, and just the slow walk to the middle of the ring, them looking to the crowd, nodding, and all that. Then they walk to their corner, like, and then just 30 minutes of just wrestling heaven, right there. Hopefully, we get it one more time. You know, if we're lucky. I mean, yeah, please one more time.
It was
Yeah.
very Rock Hogan, wasn't it? With the,
I mean that
Close,
pop,
but
like
it
I
was
said,
a
when the
better
bell went off, but then the bell rang and it was an actual good wrestling match.
oh yeah, obviously.
Yeah.
Yeah.
yeah. If you watch that match with muted, it's horrible.
Oh, I know.
The Hogan
Yeah, it
Rock
is.
match,
It
not
is,
Yeah.
Danielson Kenny, but obviously that is
I was
up
about
there.
to yell at you then. I was like, no. But,
No, I just
yeah,
meant the
not
crowd because he's
not
talking about the crowd. Yeah, no, the match is fucking awful.
Not the Brian.
And someone else put, I think it was, I can't remember who, but one of the big wrestling accounts recently was on about that, and they said, watch it muted. What you just said there, Dan, and like, it's true. If you watch it muted, it's fucking terrible.
Yeah, the crowd makes that match, but it's one of those matches where it
What's
really
this, Rock and
sums up
Hogan?
what it's like to be a wrestling fan.
Yeah.
Like if you show it to someone who's never seen a match in their life,
Yeah.
it's actually quite a good one to show them, to be honest. But anyway, we're not here to talk about like, that. So Lucy, what's your Dynamite moment?
Oh,
time.
now if I was going to go for a match, it would have been obviously Brian Danielson, Kenny Omega. But favourite moment is a Dinner Debonair.
Dinner Debonair.
The duet
class.
between Chris Jericho and MJF, because fucking hell, I must have seen it 20 times. When they're ordering steaks ever more and more and more. It was amazing. And then they just suddenly start singing. More of that. I want a
Is
full
it-
fucking musical episode.
MJF
This
is just so good at everything, and Jericho. Like they're both just incredible at what they do. They did have such great chemistry. It got overshadowed a lot by a lot of stuff that went on that same year, which I'll get to. But yeah, no, I really enjoyed that feud, like the whole sort of
It was
MJF
really
and the
good.
Inner Circle
Yeah.
thing. I really enjoyed it.
It was really good. One of my sorry to jump back in there, but like when he put Jericho through the four
Yeah.
stages to chat, like, and they brought back Juvi Guerrero.
Hooven to
And
Guerrero,
Nick Gage, man.
Nick Gage with the pizza cutter bit. That was
Yeah, that's an
so
all-timer
fun.
moment.
Yeah, there's been some really good ones,
I
but
was
for me,
sure Jericho was retiring. I was so sure. When MJF came out with his entrance,
yeah.
they absolutely had me. I was caught.
It was like it's funny because like when people harp back to the old AEW, and I'm quite often I'm like, if you watch back, it's not as good. It doesn't hold up as much, these days. But things like that were great. I do miss things like that where it's just silly shit that actually works. We don't get much silly shit anymore.
Apart from Max
Caster.
more serious.
Yeah.
Yeah, I suppose it. Yeah, I
We get a bit
suppose
from
it.
Tony.
No,
we get
actually,
Max, yeah.
I'll give you that. I suppose it is still along the same kind of lines, isn't it? What Tony was doing.
Anyway.
We've now got a DNA spliced zombie dinosaur. We're going to go somewhere with that. Reading a recent interview with Jack Perry saying
there's no silly shit. What are you on about? We've got a lawyer cosplaying as a fucking
ignore me. Yeah, I forgot
raging bull.
Yeah.
What's silly about that? Anyway,
it's this flu, man. It's wrecking in my head.
Oh,
we need to go to sleep here in the UK. So I will quickly
come on then, Dan. Let's have your moment.
I will give my Dynamite moment all time. I mean, I said last time we had this, which was around the 5-year anniversary, I said it was the first promo that Christian Cage cut as a heel, which for me, because Christian Cage is one of my all-time favourites, so I have a bit of a personal fondness for that. But if we're talking about like all-timer, like impactful like moments, I think one that started a chain of events that we as fans should be so very thankful for. It's the Hangman Page and CM Punk promo when he calls him out for the workers' rights promo, because of the sheer catastrophic damage, like collateral damage that promo caused, needs to be studied. Like that will probably CM Punk will be on like a Dark Side of the Ring episode, I'm pretty sure. Like they will do one about him and they will reference this promo, because not only did we get the sort of, it kick-started like Punk's downfall, like, essentially, because he'd come back, he had like a bit of a honeymoon period, it was starting to cool off, and then they put him in the world title picture, and then Colt Cabana disappeared from TV, and then Hangman said that one line, and we just started to see the real CM Punk. I know we'd probably seen him for a little while before this had actually happened, but this to me was sums everything up. Like, how can you be so insecure of that one little throwaway comment that you jeopardize every relationship that you've built in this company so far? Not long after, he took time off, he won the belt, he took time off again, he had the bit with John Moxley, then obviously the Brawl Out thing happened, and then blah 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 blah, we know the rest. Jack Perry, All In 2023, Wembley, then the return. It's all gone, but the collateral damage. So for me, I'm grateful that Hangman just said that thing, because we ended up all the better for it. So that for me is why that's my top Dynamite moment.
So what about with this being like a milestone episode this week, have we got any theories on what we think is going to happen?
Yeah,
or what
I think we're
going
to get a new best moment ever, and it is going to be the reunion of the aforementioned DNA spliced zombie dinosaur with, they've been calling him Jungle Boy Jack Perry, but I'm not sure if that's what we're getting or not, but we're getting the reunion that I have waited and waited.
Do you think
I waited and fucking waited for. Finally, we've got them back. Jack actually did an interview this week. Only the first part's out, but it's so well worth a read. Talking about the song, saying how he knows it doesn't really fit the new character instructions, but you just had to, and especially when he heard them start to sing it before they even started playing it, he just knew. So the song is back, definitely. Jurassic Express is back. So yeah, that's all I want. Anything, I don't care about.
Jack's got a new look, but do we think Luchasaurus is going to get a new look? Because I would love. I wanted this when he was with Christy, and I want him to go back to the mask he had in Lucha Underground. Just as a change. I don't know if they can do that, if they've got the rights out, but just change the mask up a little bit, just to give him a new, a fresh coat of paint, if you like. I would love that, because I want him to strap a rocket to the Jurassic Express now and give him another title run down the line fairly soon.
Do they have a match, or are they just announced as like a return?
Just a return segment.
I guess they'd announce a return, and then they'll probably get interrupted by somebody, most likely Nick Wayne.
Because he's healthy now, isn't he, Nick? Yeah.
Yeah, I want them to rock up in what was the scapegoat bus that is now painted like somebody said like the old ones from Jurassic Park, and it's now called the Jurassic Express. I just want them to drive around in that. Remember the old Lex Express when Lex Luger turned face? That is what I want. I want the Jurassic Express.
If that's what we get, then we need just a camera in that bus, just them two driving around to all the locations, just whatever shenanigans.
A man and his monster.
This is sounding, Brett, what you just said is sounding very much like the gimmick Sheamus wanted to do in WWE.
Oh no! I knew that was coming. Oh my god! The Banger Bros.
Oh,
the Banger Bros.
That's bestiality, Brett, and it's frowned upon.
Well, this episode should be a fucking banger. I mean, it is a shame that we aren't going to get... it's a shame... I'm sorry. Thank you. I was proud of that
was
one.
shocking. That was awful.
I'll behave yourself. It's the flu. It's the flu. You're just sick. Just watch it back when you're feeling better. You'll realise. No, it's a shame we're not getting Hologram and Kyle Fletcher because Hologram's
it's such a
like...
shame, man. Yeah.
I know, but we are getting Orange Cassidy against Kyle Fletcher. So...
What? Sorry, go on, finish. I was just going to dive
No,
in.
I was just going to run down the card quickly. We've got Orange Cassidy, Kyle Fletcher for the TNT title. We've got the Jurassic Express returning. We've got Toni Storm doing a segment where she's returning to Hollywood, but in Florida, not in California. We've obviously got the Death Riders, Moxley, Garcia, and Claudio against Hangman, Hobbs, and Joe. And we've got the mixed tag of Darby and Chris versus Wheeler and Marina, the Death Riders as well. That's a tornado one. And we've also got, we've got Josh Alexander and the Young Bucks against Bandido, who we've already talked about, and the returning Kenny Omega. So this could be, it's 2.5 hours. So this is fucking, already.
So we've got Brody with the real Kenny Omega now, rather than the fake Kenny Omega.
Yeah, not the Australian Kenny Omega.
Swole Mega.
What? What do I miss?
Everyone always used to say Buddy was like a fake Kenny Omega. What I would love on this episode more than anything to really make it special for me personally would be a return of Chris Jericho, but I don't think we're going to get that. So yeah, but Hologram's fucking injured. What would you guys do with this? With was it is it Ares?
Ares, I think is.
Ares, yeah.
What would you do with him now then? Would you debut him anyway?
Honestly, I would. I don't want to see them do the whole glitching thing and then just for it to just disappear.
Yeah,
capitalize on it, but have him torment the conglomeration, because they've appeared in segments when Hologram's been with the conglomeration, or just have him play the hologram character as an imposter where he starts like turning heel and stuff like that. Maybe just put on like a red mask rather than like the typical like grey and green one that he has.
I'd have I don't know if Hologram's like completely written off yet, but I'd have a segment where Hologram is lying on the floor or something, and then just like, what the fuck, and then slowly introduce the clone and have the clone fuck things up for the conglomeration. A couple of singles matches lead up to it. I'd even have him like beating everybody. And I know I don't want Orange Cassidy losing so quick, but I'd even have him beating everybody. Have him beat Orange Cassidy on a pay-per-view match just to build up to this. Because if Hologram comes back at Christmas then, or January, or whenever he's likely to be fit, they did say the rest of the year he's out.
Yeah.
This is going to be a ready-made feud, and that's what we all said that he needed, because he's had no story, has he?
Streak.
Yeah.
Not really, no. He's just had the streak.
Yeah, but he's not like just that can be his first like real major.
Yeah.
I'd have him lose straight away. I'd fuck the streak.
Streaks are hard, man. I feel like they only have so much novelty for such a long.
Yeah, I mean, Kyle would have won. I mean, I think obviously Kyle would have won if they would have gone ahead with the match if Hologram was healthy enough. But
with the
I would.
That's what I thought was happening.
Yeah,
the clone
interferes. No, Kyle's not losing anytime soon.
No,
that belt. No, he shouldn't.
Yeah.
No, I was just going to say, and with the clone as well, you obviously, I mean, because everyone's seen he's not a masked wrestler, is he? So with the clone as well, you could obviously lead to an eventual mask versus mask match down the line where he'd have to unmask.
And Hologram gets his win back then.
Yeah, I'm guessing is what they would do,
Well, we'll soon find out. But I mean,
I'd have him appear the first few times, because obviously they're going to need a little while to write some sort of story. But have the conglomeration match, just do a lights out, red light, clone. He's standing over them, does a few amazing moves with like flashing red light go out, he's gone. Some sort of I don't know if they could do it, but even have the broadcast glitch.
Then you could do. If that works, you could actually say that like, Kyle O'Reilly could do his funny thing, which he said like he's actually a hologram. He could do his like goofy thing with Roddy. He's actually he's actually a hologram. I knew it. They did like when was it Legion touches Rimmer for the first time in Red Dwarf when he's got hard light hologram.
Give me Kyle versus the clone.
That's one for you, Mark.
And then have Roddy turn on Kyle at that point and join the clone. Because we need to start.
Everybody be happy in your world, Andy.
Yeah, we need the conglomeration's faction. We need it to be a mirror of the conglomeration. Like,
Very
So that
universe.
means
That would
that
be
means
so
we
good
need
if they did that.
we need someone to oppose Ishii and Mark Briscoe and Willow.
We
Then.
decided on Minoru Suzuki,
Oh,
yes, we did, didn't we?
That's
Who did we
a
say
good
for
idea.
Willow, though?
Oh,
but it was going to be
God.
Statlander. But
There's no evil form of Willow out there. Like who?
No, it's
have you not
impossible.
seen Buffy? There's always an evil Willow.
I'm trying to think. You can't really make an evil Mark Briscoe either.
I've got
come
it.
to think of that. Go on.
Warwick Davis.
The
We
Harry
will
Potter
leave
guy.
you at that.
Willow.
Warwick Davis.
Oh, the film.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Fuck's sake.
It's Marina Shafir,
Oh,
by the way.
goodness me.
In case you were wondering, the evil Willow.
Whichever's an
She's
evil
busy.
Mark Briscoe. I'm trying to think. Like, there is no sort
could sign
of
someone.
polar
This is
opposite,
the-
if you like, or like sort of
No, yeah.
counterpart.
Christine
Someone
Cage.
who's nuts.
No.
Mark Briscoe has 9 children.
Someone who's nuts and has a farm. I haven't got a fucking clue. The fucking,
that's a tough one.
I've got it. The Colonel from KFC. So we have the Colonel, we have Warwick Davis, and we've got Minoru
Minoru
Suzuki.
Suzuki.
That's it.
Minoru
Roddy
Suzuki
Strong.
and a clone hologram.
That's it. So
Fucking hell.
yeah, Roddy's strong. The Colonel,
Warwick Davis.
Warwick
The Colonel.
Davis,
Yeah, Colonel
and Minoru
Sanders.
Suzuki.
And
Minoru
obviously
Suzuki.
Elklon. Well,
No.
That's a good one. I like that.
we will we'll predict
stop
that
now.
stable
It's
debut
important that we do.
on the 6th year
And Morgan
anniversary of
Freeman.
Dynamite.
See, this bullshit is why we
Morgan
don't have
Freeman
an animated
just for
series
Aaron.
on Amazon, guys.
Oh,
Getting
that killed me.
2K25 done.
No.
No, I got it.
Well, good for you. Anyway, we'll leave you with that. Brett, take us home. Save everyone from this madness.
Yes, I will save everyone from the madness. All right, guys. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen, for joining us wherever you are around the world. Please follow GW Podcast on Instagram, Twitter, and Instagram, Twitter, and TikTok as well, where we update new clips for every episode. Follow us on Twitter, GW Podcast, for all news and updates regarding the show. And that will be it from all of us here at your favorite wrestling podcast in the entire world. We are the Group Chat Wrestling Podcast. Peace out.
Enjoy Dynamite. Peace out.
Thank you.
Billy Ray, you're a fat cunt.
Oh,
We're
respect.
sorry.
Love.